Welcome to the Joy Unleashed Project, where we explore the art and science of living a vibrant, purposeful life after 45. I'm your host, Mattie, and I'm here to guide you through transformative conversations that will ignite your inner brilliance. In each episode, we'll dive deep into the transformation framework, sharing powerful stories, expert insights, and practical strategies that help dynamic women, just like you, embrace this exciting chapter of life. Whether you're navigating a teenager at home, an empty nest, caring for aging parents, or all of the above, or you're simply ready to prioritize your own joy, you're in the right place. Get ready to unlock new possibilities, build meaningful connections, and create the vibrant future you deserve. This is more than just a podcast. It's your invitation to join a community of bold women who are rewriting the rules of midlife. Let's unleash your joy together. Welcome back to the Joy Unleashed Project, where we explore the art of living your best life through brain-focused, strengths-based approaches. I'm Mattie, and today we're talking about something that has truly transformed how my clients and how I approach their goals. Choosing a theme word for the year instead of making traditional New Year's resolutions. If you've ever felt like your resolutions fizzle out by February, this episode is definitely for you. So we're going to talk about why resolutions fail. Let's start with the truth. Most New Year's resolutions don't work. About 80% fail by mid-February, but it's not because you lack willpower. Resolutions are often set up to fail from the start. Think about the typical resolutions. I'm going to lose 30 pounds. I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week. I'm going to completely overhaul my diet. These are rigid, all or nothing goals. When life happens, and life always happens, we miss a day at the gym or eat something we said we wouldn't and suddenly feel like failures, so we give up entirely. Our brains don't respond well to that kind of pressure. When we're stressed and feeling like failures, we're operating from the amygdala, that's the survival mode in the back of our brain. We're not accessing our best thinking, our creativity. So what if there was a better way? So we're going to talk about the power of a theme word. Instead of rigid resolutions, what if you choose one word to guide your entire year? One word that becomes your compass, your intention, your filter for decision making. I've been doing this with my clients for multiple years now, and the results have been remarkable. I've watched people transform their lives, not through willpower and restriction, but through intention and awareness. A theme word is flexible, it's forgiving, it grows with you, and it keeps showing up in unexpected ways throughout your year, gently guiding you back to what matters most. Let me show some real-world examples. One client chose courage. She was at a career transition point and kept playing small. Throughout the year, whenever she faced a decision, she'd ask, what would courage do here? She ended up leaving a draining job, starting her own consulting practice, and even speaking at a conference, something she never imagined doing. Another client chose ease. She was constantly overwhelmed and exhausted. That word became her permission slip to simplify, to say no, to stop making everything so hard. By year's end, she felt like a different person, lighter, more present, more joyful. I had a client choose Nourish, and it was transformed, not just her eating, but her relationships, her work, how she spent her time. She started asking, does this nourish me? About everything. Powerful. These words work on multiple levels. They ripple out and touch everything. Here's why this works from a brain science perspective. When you choose a theme word, you activate your reticular activating system, your RAS. This part of your brain filters information and decides what's important to notice. Ever bought a new car and suddenly you see that car everywhere? That's your RAS. It's not there that there are more of those cars. You're just noticing them because they're relevant to your brain. The same happens when you're with your theme word. Your brain starts looking for opportunities to live into that word. You notice moments where your word shows up. You see choices through that lens. It's like having a personal guide always with you, gently pointing you toward alignment with your intentions. So how do we choose our word for 2026? Let me walk you through the process. Step 1, reflect on 2025. Think about this past year. What worked? What didn't? What do you want more of? Less of? It's not judgment. It's just noticing. Number 2, identify what you're craving. What does your soul need right now? What would make 2026 feel meaningful? Are you craving peace, connection, growth, freedom, clarity? Step 3, brainstorm possible words. Write down any words that resonate. Don't overthink it. Examples might be balance, joy, present, strength, trust, release, brave. Step 4, test your word out. Say each word out loud. How does it feel in your body? Does it energize you? Your words should feel both exciting and a little challenging, like it's calling you toward growth. And step 5, commit to it. Write it down, put it somewhere you'll see daily, make it your phone wallpaper, put it on your mirror. The key is visibility and repetition. Now, here's where the magic happens. In the living of your word throughout the year, check in with your word regularly. Ask yourself, how did I live into my word today? Where did I see my word show up? What decisions align with my word this week? Your word evolves with you. The meaning deepens. One client chose boundaries, thinking it was about saying no to people. But by mid-year, she realized it was also about boundaries with herself, with her negative self-talk, her perfectionism, her tendency to overwork. Her word grew with her. And speaking of boundaries, if this is resonating, I'm offering a mini workshop called Your Permission Slip Boundaries Without Guilt. It's designed for women who struggle with saying no and protecting their peace. You can find more at celebrations.org. So, how does this connect to flourishing? Flourishing isn't about perfection. It's about living with intention, making choices that align with your values, and showing up as your authentic self. A theme word supports flourishing because it gives you clarity without rigidity, provides guidance without judgment, and creates awareness without pressure. It invites you to grow within without shame, and it's a tool for self-discovery and transformation. Unlike resolutions that focus on what you need to fix, a theme word invites you to step into who you're becoming. So let me address questions that I often get about theme words. What if I choose the wrong word? There is no wrong word. If it doesn't feel right after a few weeks, choose a different one. This isn't a binding contract, it's a tool for growth. Can I have more than one word? You can, but I encourage you to start with just one. One word keeps things simple and focus. What if I forget about my word? That's why visibility is important. Put it where you'll see it, and if you forget for a while, that's okay. Just come back to it. No judgment, just gentle redirection. How is this different from a goal? A theme word is broader and more flexible. It's a way of being rather than something to achieve. Goals can fit within your theme word, but the word itself is about how you want to move through the year. What is your word for the year? I love this question. My word for 2026 is consistency. I've spent the last several years on a transformative journey, and the theme word has really helped me through that. This year, I want to be consistent in how I consider new experiences and how I maintain the ones that work for me. In 2026, I want to be more consistent in how I consider new experiences and how I maintain the ones that work best for me. Here's the coolest thing, though, is that my 15-year-old son came up with the same word as his word of the year separately. How cool is that? So here's your invitation. As we approach 2026, instead of resolutions that might make you feel like a failure by February, choose one word, one powerful, meaningful word that will guide you toward flourishing. Give yourself permission to do this differently, to approach the new year with curiosity and intention rather than pressure and perfection. Your action step this week is to set aside 30 minutes to sit with those questions. Reflect on 2025, think about what you're craving for 2026, brainstorm some words. You don't have to commit today. Just start the conversation with yourself. Here's what's really cool. I've been doing this for years with my client, and I have never, ever experienced someone not be able to give me a word in an instant. A lot of times we already know what the word is. We've been thinking about it, but not really realizing what we were doing. And so sometimes it's just about coming up with the first word that comes up. If this word comes up and it's growth, then that's your word for a year. Again, this isn't about perfection. It's about how do we want to have an intention for 2026 to help us move forward in our growth and find that flourishing. If you want additional support in this process, if you want a community of women who are choosing to flourish rather than just survive, I'd love to invite you to the Flourish Collective. It's a space for dynamic women 45 and up who are ready to boldly ignite their brilliance and live with clarity, confidence, and joy. In the Flourish Collective, we dive deep into practices like theme words, boundaries, self-preservations, and so much more. We support each other through life's transitions and celebrate each other's growth. You can learn more at celebrations.org or click the link below. I'd love to hear your word. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn at Celebrations. Drop your word in the comments or send me a message. I read every one, and I'd be honored to witness your intention for the year ahead. Thank you for joining me today on Joy Unleashed. As we step into 2026, remember, you're not just surviving, you're flourishing. And choosing your theme word is one beautiful way to make that intention real. Until next time, take care of that beautiful brain of yours and happy word choosing.